Hi, this is Antonio Galimberti. This is Antonio Galimberti from AJ Languages. I'm so happy to be here with you. Welcome to this class. This is class number 59. We have been together here almost every week for more than 50 weeks, sharing some English with you. What are we going to do today? Today we're going to be learning about how to talk about future predictions and how to give advice about predictions. We're going to see the difference between will and might, and we will focus on imperatives, will, might, there will be, there might be. One of the most important things that you're going to learn today is to see the difference between will and might. Okay, the difference between will and might. That is one of the most important things we're going to see. So then we are also going to practice our test taking strategies by describing what we see in these four pictures in order to get some preparation for international exams. The same happens with this card and this. We have a writing. The title is My City in the Future. 161 words using will and might. We will review vocabulary with adjectives and the past participle. And of course, we will also review a pronunciation using phonetic symbols taken from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Are you interested in online English classes? Please visit our website www.aglounges.com. Also send us an email or a WhatsApp message. We offer English classes online for all levels, all ages, and all needs. Thank you very much, Mayra Bracho, for the pictures that you shared with us. Two beautiful pictures. Thank you very much. So now, what are we doing now? Let's start with a class, but before that, let me remind you that by the end of the class, probably you will have a lot of questions or some questions. So if you have any questions, write a message right there on the chat and I will be happy to answer your questions. Let's start with a speaking class. This is class number 59. Are you ready? I am ready. Here we go. Hi, this is Antonio Galimberti. Welcome to class number 59. We will start talking about speaking. This class is about future predictions and also advice. We will review the use of will. We will see the difference between will and might. Will and might. That is one of the main things we will be doing today. All right, so when do you use will? You use will to talk about the future. Okay, so to make a general prediction about the future. For example, number one, it will rain today. That's a general prediction about the weather. Number two, you will get wet. That is a general prediction about what will happen if it rains. Now, number three, she will get sick. This is a general prediction about what will happen to her if the weather is not good and she doesn't maybe wear a jacket. Yeah. Okay, so what is the structure? First, you have the subject in light blue, then you have will in orange, and then a verb in base form in yellow. So that's what you need. If you want to make a sentence using will in negative, you have to change will into won't. Example, number one, it won't rain today. Number two, you won't get wet. Number three, she won't get sick. So if you want to make predictions about the future, about the weather, about what will happen, you need will in affirmative, subject, light blue, will in affirmative, orange, and a verb in base form, no changes, dictionary form in yellow. If you want to make it negative, so then you need a subject in light blue, then the verb in orange, and after the verb, you need to use a verb in base form in yellow. Now, if you want to make a yes/no question, you have to change the order of the subject and your auxiliary or the modal verb will. Example, will it rain today? And look at the intonation or listen to the intonation. Will it rain today? Number two, will you get wet? Number 3, will she get sick? And if you are making yes no questions with will, first of all you need to use will, the modal verb will, then the subject. It can be it, you, she, he, we, no problem. Right after that you need a verb in base form, dictionary form. Possible short answers: yes it will, no it won't, yes I will, no I won't, yes she will, no she won't. Nice. Now let's review might. Remember, today we're talking about might versus will. All right. Now, will for general predictions, something that will happen, and might is to talk about possibility. It's possible. It's like saying maybe, but using a modal verb. Look at the structure. It is the very same structure that you use when using will. Subject in light blue, orange the modal verb, and yellow the verb. Examples: it might rain today, you might get wet, she might get sick. But to be honest, when you read sentences like this, you do not stress orange so much. All the stress goes under the main verb in yellow. So you're going to say something like, it might rain today, you might get wet, she might get sick, right? Negative form: it might not rain today, you might not get wet, she might not get sick. Again, in negative sentences, subject in light blue, modal in orange, and the main verb in yellow. All right. Now, do you make questions with might? No, not really. There will be, to talk about existence, to express existence in the future. There will be, when you are sure that something will exist in the future, there will be. If you are not that sure about that, then you use there might be. There might be, to talk about something that is possible, like saying maybe in the future when referring to existence. Examples: there will be a lot of people. There won't be a lot of people. There might be a lot of people, and there might not be a lot of people. Might, won't. Yes, they finish in T, but when you speak very, very fast, those T's are reduced a little bit, right? So there will be, there won't be, there might be, there might not be a lot of people. So you use will or won't when you are pretty sure about something, when you're very sure about something. It's a prediction, a general prediction about the future, but you use might or might not when you think that there's a possibility. All right? Now, if we are talking about the weather, if you think that it might rain, then I need to give you, or you need to give me advice. For example, it might rain. Put on a jacket, right? So if you want to give me advice very easily, you can use imperatives. Examples of imperatives: make a plan, carry an umbrella, don't leave home, don't stand under a tree. So you form imperatives by using a verb, number 1 and number 2, in affirmative form. And if you want to make a negative imperative, then you need don't, and then a verb right after it in base form. That's what you need. Number 1, make a plan. Number 2, carry an umbrella. Number 3, don't leave home. Number 4, don't stand under a tree. Nice. Affirmative, number 1, 2. Negative, 3, 4. Orange, the verb in affirmative or negative. You don't need a subject. It's an imperative and the complement, right? Now, we're going to use all of these grammar: will, might, and imperatives. But basically, will, might, and there will be, there might be, to talk about future predictions and possibilities in order to improve our test-taking strategies. We want to practice our test-taking strategies especially if we want to take an international exam like the Pearson English International Certificate, right? And when you take this exam, there are speaking activities, and in these activities, they give you instructions like this, and then they give you a card, and you have to follow the instructions and stick to the information that you see on the card in order to create a conversation. So we are going to create a conversation based on these instructions. Look, I imagine you are talking about weekend plans with a friend. Your partner is your friend. He will ask you questions and make comments. This is the card. We're going to create a conversation using or talking about future predictions using this very specific grammar. Will, might, there will be, and there might be. Correct? Predictions when you're sure about something, or when you are not sure about something. So let's go over the card. Greet your friend. Then ask him if he has any plans for this weekend. Tell him what you will do. Tell him what you might do. Explain why you are not so sure about it. Tell your friend that he can join you if he wants to. So these are the instructions. So how can you use the grammar and this card in order to create a conversation like this? Well, let's see what we have. Number one, light blue. Hey, yellow, one. Hi, John, how are you? Light blue. Number two, I'm good. Yellow. Number two, nice. What are you going to do this weekend? Number three, light blue. I have no plans. What about you? Yellow. Number three, I think I will go shopping for some clothes. After that, I'm going to have dinner with some friends at a mall. Light blue. Four, cool. Any special options in mind? Number four, yellow. We might go to Pardo's Chicken. Number five, light blue. That's a good place. Yellow. Number five, it is. We are not sure yet, though. Some people want Mexican food. Six, light blue. Both options sound good. Number six, yellow. They do. They do. If you want, you can join us. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right. Nice. Do we see the grammar here? Of course, the grammar is right here. For example, in number two, what do we see? What are you going to do this weekend? This is an example of be going to. We are not seeing that grammar today, but it's a good idea to introduce this here because we are going to see the contrast between be going to and will to talk about the future. When you want to mention your plans, something that you have already arranged, and you are pretty sure, you're very sure that you're going to do it, then you have to use be going to. All right, like for fixed plans and arranged action situations. In number two, I think I will go. This is a very common phrase. I think I will. I think I will. I think I will. All right? And then you put the verb in base form. I think I will go. This is to talk about the future in general, maybe a prediction or just to talk about the future in general. But if you are referring to specific plans, according to some grammar books, it is better to use be going to. That is why you have a very specific plan already arranged in number three, expressed by using be going to. Look at this. I'm going to have. That is a fixed plan, something that you have already arranged. Number four, we might go. That's a possibility. That is like maybe we might go. You have we, the subject, might, the modal verb, and go. All right. Now the same happens in number three. You have I, then you have the modal verb will, and then you have go. Then in number six you have it'll be fun. You have the subject it will, and be. That's a general prediction, right? It will be fun. Now, can we use this to talk about other exams, no, like the A2 key Cambridge exam. Of course, we can do that. And this is what we have here. We're going to use the grammar that we are reviewing today to talk about the future. And what do we have here? Four cards or four pictures about the future. And we are going to describe what we see in the pictures using the will. All right. Now look at the pictures. Think about them for a minute. All right. Think about the pictures for a minute. I look at the pictures. Okay, just 1 minute, and I will be back because I have a problem with my laptop. Okay, just look at the pictures. Don't go, please. Don't go. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Go, go, go. Nice, I'm back. Okay, so that was the battery. Yeah. All right, so we are going to describe the pictures. All right, about predictions, future predictions using will, might, there will be, there might be. Future predictions using this grammar. Will, might, there will be, there might be. And what do we see in the first picture? We see a chip, right? A chip. Then number two, we see cars, street, a polluted city. And in number three, we see activists. And then we see a couple of poor kids. Maybe that's a war zone, no, a war zone. So predictions for the future. Number one, chips will be everywhere. Subject, chips. A modal verb, will, and be, the verb in base form. Number two, there might be, to talk about possibility or probability, there might be chips embedded even in the food at restaurants. There might be, maybe, there might be chips. Your subject is chips. Then you have there might be to talk about existence. Number three, you might be able to carry your medical details on a chip under your skin. You might be, subject you, modal verb might, verb in base form be. All right, this is to talk about something that maybe will happen in the future. Now, what about cities? There will be existence. There will be more electric cars in the future. Existence. Subject, more electric cars. And there will be to talk about existence. There, then will, the modal, and be. Number two, cities will be less polluted. Subject, cities, modal verb, will, and verb, be. Number three, most people might drive. Subject, most people, a modal verb might, and the verb drive. Next, more people will work remotely. Okay, or remotely. Good. A subject, more people, and then the subject will, and the verb work. Nice. And finally, oh no, we have two more pictures. There will be existence, to talk about existence in the future. There will be more social movements, raising awareness of common social issues. But raise awareness of, but you can raise awareness about also. Okay, and then you have number two, governments might be more influenced by social movements. Subject, governments, and the modal might, and the verb to be, right? Be. Subject, governments, modal verb might, and the verb in base form be. Number three, social media will continue to be important for those groups. Social media, subject, modal verb will, and continue your verb in base form to talk about the future predictions. Now, number three, war and poverty won't stop. Subject, war and poverty. Modal won't, and the verb in base form stop. Number two, however, education will reach the poorest areas on earth. Subject, education, modal verb will, and the verb in base form reach. Number three, there might be more entrepreneurs helping the most vulnerable. There might be existence. Maybe existence. There might be, subject, more entrepreneurs. Nice. If you want to watch the whole video, watch agelanguages.com. We will be very happy to know that you are benefiting yourself from our videos. This Monday, we are going to um, launch or publish, or no, not publish, we're going to post our first item on our blog, agelanguages.com/blog. This is going to help you a lot to improve your English and to have a clear understanding of how to learn English. If you want online English classes, please visit our website and contact us. Send us an email, send us a message on WhatsApp. We will be very happy to help you out. What levels do we teach? All levels, all ages, all needs. Thank you very much, Mayra Bracho, for the two beautiful pictures that you have shared with us. Now, if you want to leave comments and questions, you have a section there to leave comments and questions. Please follow us on Instagram, also on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, then YouTube. On YouTube, please. Now, ready for the writing class? This is class number 59. I am ready, 100% ready. So here we go. Hi, this is Antonio Galimberti from AG Languages. Today we have class number 59, writing 59. And what are we going to do? We are going to talk about this paragraph. We're going to write a paragraph with 161 words. And this is about the future. The title of the paragraph is My City in the Future. What is the objective? Talk about future predictions, of course. Which grammar will we be reviewing? We're going to review will, might, there will be, and there might be. That is the focus of this class. So the title is My City in the Future, class number 59. How many words does this paragraph have? 161. I will be reading the paragraph. Please listen to my reading. And then, well, you can try also to identify examples of will and might. Will and might. That is the objective of this class. So, we will also talk about how to organize a paragraph like this. Okay? Now, life in my city will be better in the future. For example, next year there will be less traffic because the local government is building a new subway at the moment. The subway might be ready for the end of this year. This will reduce traffic greatly. In addition to that, in 5 years, I think there will be fewer people living downtown. Right now, there are huge building projects in the outskirts of the city. Some people might move to those locations from overcrowded areas and enjoy better living conditions in those modern neighborhoods. Finally, 10 years from now, my city will be less polluted. One of the reasons is that most people will be driving electric cars. Another reason is that a good number of citizens will be working from home, which will also contribute to having a cleaner city. I am looking forward to seeing how future events unfold and turn my city into a better place for everyone. Nice. What can we learn about this paragraph? Well, this paragraph has an introductory sentence and a concluding sentence. In the introductory sentence, you can see that you're talking about my city, or I'm talking about my city, and the future, a better future for my city. If you look at the conclusion, you're going to see the same elements. For example, look at the introduction. Life in my city will be better in the future. You have the same ingredients, so to speak, in the conclusion. I'm looking forward to seeing how future events unfold and turn my city into a better place. So, an introductory idea and a concluding idea, which are related and allow you to start and conclude your paragraph nicely. Right? Now, grammar. Light blue, will. Yellow, might. Will, when you're sure about something. Might, when you are not sure about something. Example number 1. Life in my city will be. Subject, live in my city. Modal, will. Verb, be. There will be less traffic. Subject, less traffic. There will be, to talk about existence. Yellow, the subway might be. Subject, the subway. Modal, might. Verb, be, to talk about possibility. This will reduce or reduce. This will reduce or this will reduce. No problem. Subject, this. Verb, will. Modal verb, will. Verb in base form, reduce. Light blue, next. There will be fewer people. Existence. Subject, fewer people. There will be existence. Possibility, probability. Some people might move. Subject, some people. Modal verb, might. Verb in base form, move. Next, light blue. My city will be. My city will be. Subject, my city. Modal verb, will. Verb in base form, be. Most people will be. Subject, most people. Modal verb, will. Verb, be. A good number of citizens might be. Subject, a good number of citizens. Modal verb, might. Verb, be. Which will also contribute. Subject, which. This is a relative clause, and you have which right there, which is the relative pronoun referring to a noun or noun phrase that has been mentioned before. Then you have will as your modal verb, and you contribute as your verb. What else can we learn from this paragraph? There are transitioning ideas that allow you to move from point 1 to point 2 into point 3. Correct? For example, next year, and after that, you write about the things that you believe will take place next year. Next, in addition to that, in 5 years, to add another item and mention that this item is about situations that will happen in 5 years. Finally, to add the last item and to say that that is going to happen 10 years from now. Finally, 10 years from now. Those phrases or transitioning ideas haven't been taken from books. No, you can create your own transitioning ideas in order to make your writing easy to follow. Nice. Then we have some keywords and phrases that help us also to provide reasons. For example, because, to give a reason. Then if you want to mention later another reason or your first reason from a list of 2 items, the first one can be introduced by saying one of the reasons is that, and the second reason can be introduced by saying or writing another reason is that. You see? So these ideas allow you to write better. And how can you organize a paragraph like this? If you want to write a paragraph like this, how can you organize your ideas? You can make a graphic organizer, divide your graphic organizer into 3, and you can collect as much information as you can. It can be like this free writing. You just write and write and write, or you can take notes, right? So the first part is about what will happen next year, the second part about what will happen in 5 years, and the last part about what will happen in 10 years. So if you put your ideas like this into a graphic organizer, you will be able to have a very nice paragraph like the one that you can see right there, with 3 main ideas about 3 things, 3 predictions about your city in the future with 161 words. If you want to watch the whole video, visit agelanguages.com. Please visit our blog. We will post our first article this Monday. agelanguages.com/blog. Don't miss it. And interested in online English classes, visit our website www.agelanguages.com. Send us an email, send us a message on WhatsApp, and we can offer this kind of services for all levels English for all levels, for all ages, and for all needs. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Mayra Bracho, for the pictures that you have shared with us. All right, very nice, a very nice gift. Thank you very much. She's one of our, or she's one of our students. Now, comments and questions. You can leave your comments and questions right there, and we follow us on Instagram, also on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Here, subscribe to this channel. Are you ready for the next part of the class? Yes, this is going to be about vocabulary and pronunciation. I am ready. Hi, my name is Antonio Galimberti. Welcome to this pronunciation and vocabulary class. This is class number 59. 59 weeks sharing useful information about English with you. This has to be with future predictions. So they are connected to useful vocabulary, will, and might. Remember, we use will to make predictions, general predictions about the future, and we use might to make predictions when we're not sure if something is going to happen or not, right? So the vocabulary that we're going to see today is connected to things that may happen or that will happen because of the weather, because it is too hot, or it is too humid, or it is too cold. Example number one, you will get hot. It's too hot, so you will get hot. Take off that jacket. Number two, you might get sunburned. A possibility, a probability. You might get sunburned. Okay, so what vocabulary do we have here? The important part here is get hot and get sunburned. What grammar or what vocabulary do we see here? Get plus an adjective. Okay? For example, get hot, get thirsty, get wet, get warm, get hungry, get cold. All of these phrases have to do with the weather and what may happen depending on the weather, what may happen to you depending on the weather. But you can also build phrases like the ones we have just seen using get plus the past participle. Look at this. Get tired, get lost, get stung by a bee, get sunburned. You see? These are predictions about things that may happen to you because of the weather, because it is too hot, it is too cold, or you are in an area that is kind of isolated by yourself, maybe, or outdoors. Now, pronunciation. Let's review the pronunciation of some of the words that we have seen today using phonetic symbols taken from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Number one, 3 words, 3 sounds. You write it with O, the pronunciation is with A with 2 dots on top. How do you pronounce this? Hot, hot. Nice. Number 2, 3 letters, 6 words, 2 syllables. The first syllable is the stressed syllable. When you write it, you have I. When you pronounce it, you have schwa. Pronunciation, thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. Nice. You have to smile when you say E, no? Thirsty, thirsty, so that you have a strong, long E sound. All right, just to explain it simply. Number 3, 5 letters, 4 words. It can have 2 syllables or just 1. And when you write it, you have I. When you pronounce it, the pronunciation is I. That I with a hat means I. That is the sound. How do you pronounce it? Tired, tired. If you want to use 2 syllables, it's going to be tired, 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 tired. Number 4, 3 letters, 3 sounds. When you write it, E. When you pronounce it, E. That is the sound. Wet, wet. Number 4, or number 5, I should say. 4 letters, 4 sounds. You write it with A. You pronounce it with O. Warm, warm. Number 6, 6 letters, 6 sounds, 2 syllables. The first syllable is the stressed syllable. You have a schwa when you pronounce it. You have a u when you write it in the first syllable. In the second syllable, you have a y when you write it, and e when you pronounce it. E with a hat on top means e, e, e. Okay, pronunciation: hungry, hungry. Nice. 7, 4 words or 4 letters, 4 sounds. You write it with O, you pronounce it with O. A pronunciation: lost. Number 8, 5 letters, 4 sounds. Spelling with U, pronunciation with schwa. Stung, stung. Number 9, 4 letters, 4 sounds. You write it with O, you pronounce it with O. O with a hat. O. Cold, cold. Number 10, 9 letters, 8 sounds, 2 syllables. The first syllable is the stressed syllable. It has U in the first syllable. In the pronunciation, you have schwa. All right. In the spelling, you have U. In the pronunciation, you have schwa again. And that E that you see when you write it has to vanish. All right. So pronunciation: sunburned, sunburned. It has primary stress in the first syllable and secondary stress in the second syllable. And you can see those in the first syllable. You can see an apostrophe, and then something like a comma in this for the second syllable. That apostrophe in the first syllable signals primary stress. The comma like symbol that you see in the second syllable signals secondary stress. If you want to watch the whole video and the whole collection of our videos, visit agelanguages.com. Visit our blog. We're going to post our first article this Monday. Visit agelanguages.com/blog. Our blog will help you a lot, not only to improve your English, but also to get familiar with the learning English field. Are you interested in online English classes? Visit our website at www.agelanguages.com. Send us a message on WhatsApp or an email. We will be delighted to help you out. We teach all levels, all ages, all needs. Thank you very much, Mayra Bracho, for the 2 pictures that you have shared with us. Mayra Bracho is one of our students. Leave your comments and your questions there, and please follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, also on Facebook, and subscribe to this channel here on YouTube. If you are connected and watching this class live, do you have any questions? Hi, Juan Chalco. Very good to see you. You're watching this edition of the video. Remember, we are recording this video twice every weekend. The first recording is in Spanish, everything explained in Spanish. And the second recording is about the very same topic, but everything explained in English. So we want to offer the best we have so that you can get more benefit from the classes that we provide. So what was this class about? Future predictions and advice. The grammar that we reviewed today: imperatives: will, might, there will be, there might be. Please subscribe to this channel and visit our website, agelanguages.com. If you have any questions about the class, leave your comments. We will be very happy to answer your questions. So thank you very much for watching this class live, and also for watching the recording and sharing the video. Share the video, please, with your friends, with your students. And thank you very much for being with us today, watching this class. So see you next class, class 60. Goodbye. Bye-bye.